What's up, everyone? Coming to you fresh out of the oven from the Behind the Scars studios with the holiest of hosts, the Lord of hosts, Jesus Christ. I'm Chris Tomlinson.
And I'm Greg Siaka.
And together we bring you Tea Time with Jesus.
So sit down and buckle up and don't forget to pour yourself a cup of tea because it's
Tea Time with Jesus.
Hey guys, I'm Greg.
I'm Chris.
Time to talk about the tea. Give it to us, Chris.
Alright, so today's tea is saffron chai spiced black tea. It has its roots in India, especially the northern regions like Kashmir, where saffron, also known as Kesar, has been cultivated for over 2,000 years. It also shows up in Persian and Middle Eastern traditions, where saffron tea was prized by royalty and healers. The chai version blends Indian masala chai tradition with saffron's luxury status. It all started in at least 500 BCE, used medicinally and ceremonially. Chai culture took off in India in the late 1800s during the British tea trade, and the saffron chai combo likely emerged in the royal kitchens and then filtered into homes and cafes over the century. So it's not a modern blend, it's actually a very old blend of tea. And it has different flavors. It could have the different chai spices are usually cardamom, cinnamon, clove, ginger, or even black pepper.
Black pepper?
Yeah, it says it gives it a subtle kick. The overall vibe of it, or the overall feel of it, is warm, luxurious, comforting, and calm. Most of the health benefits are the same as all the other teas. They help with your blood and the heart. They reduce inflammation, support circulation, and may help regulate blood sugar. The difference between this tea and most tea is this has the caffeine in it, but it's made to energize you without the jitterness. So it calms the mind, supports the body, and balances it out. So I've never had chai tea before. This is one tea I've never ever had. I've always been too afraid because of the whole spice label. So I've never actually had chai tea. And I always thought chai tea was like super creamy looking, but I know there's different ways you can make it.
Well, before we started the podcast, I was reading and it said milk. But you know, that's something, from what I understand, that's how English people drink their, they put cream or milk in their tea. We're not doing that.
No.
Give it a go. Well, that's interesting.
That is interesting.
It's got like almost like a peppery type taste.
Yeah.
I guess that's what saffron tastes like, maybe. It's like a peppery type.
Yeah. Definitely spiced. Definitely different. Not bad though. Actually kind of like it.
No, it's better than any of the herbal tea or the green tea that we've drank.
Yeah.
For sure. And you know, I'm kind of fickle on my tea.
Yeah, I can be too. Yeah, it's not bad.
No, it's not bad. Do you have any suggestions for the flavor of the day tea?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification button, and leave us a comment down below.
If you want to give us your name and where you're from and a short description of the tea, we'll be happy to try the tea and give you a quick shout out. as well as share it with the audience. Man, Chris, I'm over it, man. I've just had enough of it.
I'm done pretending this system just has issues. The education system is an industrialized motivation shredder.
It's like a factory.
It is a factory.
Where creativity goes in and anxiety comes out.
We take naturally curious, energetic, imaginative kids.
Kids who ask why about everything.
And we train them to stop asking questions.
Because questions slow down the curriculum machine.
Memorize, regurgitate, repeat, forget.
Memorize, panic, test, crash.
Memorize, pass. Learn absolutely nothing useful.
Let's be brutally honest.
Let's.
Most students aren't engaged.
Most students are surviving.
Counting the minutes.
Counting years. We rank children like racehorses. Grades, test scores, class standings.
Congratulations, Jessica. You're a 92. Sorry, Mark. You're a 68. A disappointment. And mistakes?
Punished.
Failure?
Humiliating.
Experimentation?
Dangerous, which is insane because real success requires mistakes.
But students, one wrong answer and your GPA drops.
We literally built a system that screams, "Don't fail," in a world where learning is failing repeatedly. If the system kills curiosity,
rewards stress,
punishes mistakes,
crushes creativity,
measures worth with letters and numbers,
and sends people into adulthood unprepared,
at what point
do we stop calling it education
and start calling it conditioning?
Man, Chris, this subject really gets my blood boiling, man. I've dealt with it going through high school. I've dealt with it with my kids, and it just fires me up, and it really makes my teeth grind. Ugh.
Okay, calm down.
Now, Chris, we got to lay some groundwork on some facts, numbers, and definitions. We're going to try to do this quick so we don't bore the audience with nerdy stuff. But they are very important. So listen up and let's get to it.
So historically speaking, the United States was once considered a global leader in education.
Was is the key word here.
During the 1950s and the 1960s, the U.S. ranked high in graduation and college completion rates.
Back when the system actually functioned and was worth a crap.
Many analysis argue the system peaked somewhere around the 1970s.
Peaked, then it flatlined, and now it's in a full-on nosedive.
And over time, other nations began to surpass it.
Not slowly, not suddenly, but dramatically.
Here are some stats to back up our statements. Feel free to investigate on your own. According to the Program for International Student Assessment, the 2022 rankings.
Here we go. Golly.
The United States ranked 16th in science.
Now that's sad. I love science, man. That's sad.
And then it ranked 9th in reading.
That's not very good either.
And finally, 34th in mathematics.
34th in math? Now, how does a superpower even function on that, man? You can't even balance your checkbook.
Public confidence reflects this decline.
It sure does. I believe that.
Only 35% of Americans report being satisfied with K through 12 education quality.
That's a record low. People aren't just concerned, they're fed up and pissed off.
That means 65% are not satisfied.
That's a complete failure of the school system. Our tax dollars are paying for this garbage.
You're right. It seems that up to a point, the education system changed, and not for the better. So let's explore some things that happened to our modern education system.
The American society evolved, pun intended, into a secular humanistic viewpoint, trading in the theistic education system for a more modern worldview.
Look no further than our own Supreme Court, taking up legal battles that shaped our education policy.
And here's where things get spicy and go downhill.
In 1968, The Supreme Court ruled in Epperson versus Arkansas.
The case that changed everything.
The court struck down the laws banning to teach evolution in public schools,
saying government can't push religious doctrine through science class.
The ruling was based on the Establishment Clause,
which basically said you don't get to erase science because it makes you feel uncomfortable or think about a god.
So this was the start of the decline. This is where students started to rebel against the theistic education from their forefathers and academia. Then they picked up the counterculture of the late 60s and early 70s and embraced a secular humanistic worldview.
This was only reinforced by another Supreme Court case in 1987.
Edwards versus Gillard. The court struck down a Louisiana law that required creation science be taught whenever evolution was taught, a balanced treatment. The court said the law's purpose was to advance a particular religious viewpoint, so it was unconstitutional.
The Supreme Court didn't ban creationism as a personal belief, it banned requiring creation science in public school science classes by law because the government endorsement of a religion. I want to point out that it's freedom of religion, not freedom from religion. This is where the divide between what you're taught at home and place of worship is relegated to what you're taught at school, and that the school knows best, of course.
Education has clearly evolved since then.
Evolved, it's deteriorated because those rankings aren't exactly screaming success.
Let's get into some definitions that will come into play in future episodes. One is religion, an organized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices.
Another definition is an interest, cause, belief, or activity that is intentionally or passionately held to. These definitions could mean a religion or another belief system. Don't forget, atheism is a belief system.
Origin of life, the beginning or emergence of living organisms from non-living matter.
This is what Charles Darwin and most other atheists believe.
Evolution, the theory that species change over time through inherited variations and natural processes leading to the diversity of life. Atheism, a lack of belief in the existence of God or gods, or the belief that no deity exists.
Agnostic or agnosticism, a person who holds that existence of a God or ultimate reality is unknown or cannot be known.
Creationism, the belief that the universe and life originated through divine creation, often based on religious teachings.
Intelligent design, the idea that certain features of the universe or living things are best explained by an intelligent cause rather than a purely natural process.
Secular humanism, a philosophy that emphasizes human reason, ethics, and justice while excluding religious belief of supernatural elements.
Chris, I hope we didn't bore them too much now that we've laid some groundwork for the important facts of their inferior education.
And now that they know what we're upset about, we can now show them the real truth of what we're talking about in our future episodes.
Yes, I agree. The first thing we want to tackle is what they may want to ask their teachers about, and that is, why is the school system teaching me their form of religion only and excluding other religions? After all, secular humanism is a religion.
We're going to talk about this in a fun, scientific way, and let's not forget funny. In future episodes, we're going to give you the materials to ask your teachers the right questions about what they are teaching you.
Yeah, I think we're going to have some fun in the future. You know, it's sad that science has been hijacked and only one viewpoint is taught. And so you and I and the audience may or may not know, but evolution is a theory just like creationism is a theory. But and the modern school system, and throughout the entire school teaching curriculum, it's relegated, and it's strictly taught as from a secular humanistic point of view.
Mhm.
And all the explanations of any kind of intelligent design or creator is just omitted as and relegated to superstition.
Mhm.
And my thought is it takes more faith to believe in evolution than it does to believe in God.
Right.
And I think in the future episodes, this is going to be fun when we start talking about science, because I love science.
All right, me too.
Thanks for watching.
Keep on watching.
We'll be making more.
God bless.
Hello, friends. Thanks for watching until the end. This is the most important part of the show and the real reason we started this podcast in the first place.
We believe that Jesus Christ is the Son of God, and that God sent his Son to die for us and save us from our sins, so that whoever repents and believes in him shall be saved. His Spirit moves into our bodies and minds and begins to renovate his new house to do his great work.
If this was helpful for you and you have now accepted Jesus Christ as your Savior, please let us know in the comments below so that we can pray for you and congratulate you.
And now you can have your own tea time with Jesus, or any other time that you prefer.
God bless.
bless.